Good morning, good morning. It's Good Friday. And then it's Saturday, Easter Vigil. And then it's Sunday, Happy Easter, Happy Easter. Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple is our book today. Here's a picture of the mouse. And you see the apples in the tree? Looks pretty good. Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple. Mouse was feeling hungry one day when all of a sudden he came across a big, red, juicy apple. Just what I want, he cried. I'll take it home with me and have a feast. Okay, here's the mouse and here's the apple. That is a big apple. I didn't know mice liked apples. Mouse set off towards his little house, rolling the apple over and over. He couldn't wait to get his teeth into the big, red, juicy apple. Yum, yum, he thought, when all of a sudden, here he is rolling the apple. All of a sudden, what do you think's going to happen? Can you guess? The apple rolled into a pond. Oh no, wailed Mouse. What am I going to do now? Not to worry, said Frog, popping his head out of the water. I'll help you. There it is, splash, and there's the frog that's going to help him. Frog kicked the apple hard with his strong back legs, and it flew out of the water and, oh my goodness, bump, landed on the ground. There you are, said Frog. He licked his lips and stared at the apple. Oh, look at his tongue. I think he wants some of that apple. Look at his shirt. Thanks, said Mouse as he began to roll it along the path. He did not want to share his apple with Frog. Mouse went on his way, thinking of the lovely apple dinner he would have later. His mouth was already watering when, there he is. Crash! The big, red, juicy apple fell into a thorn bush. Silly me, muttered Mouse as he tried to rescue his dinner. Ouch, that hurt, he cried. Those pricklies are nasty. I see you have a problem, said Tortoise, moving next to Mouse. Leave it to me. Tortoise didn't have to worry about the sharp prickles. He had his shell to protect him. A tortoise is like a frog, isn't it? Without any trouble at all, the tortoise crept under the thorn bush and brought out the big, red, juicy apple. Problem solved, he said, stroking the apple longingly. I'm ever so grateful, said Mouse in a hurried voice, and he was off again. He did not want to share his apple with Tortoise. I'll soon be home and biting into that big, juicy red apple, thought Mouse, when here he is. The tortoise is helping him, but the mouse is running away with that apple. He does not want to share it, does he? Thud, the apple rolled into a log. That's all I need, sighed Mouse when he saw the log blocked his path. How do I get around that? Easy, said Mole, popping out of the nearby hole. I'll dig you a tunnel. And she did. She dug a tunnel that went right under the log. It was just wide enough for Mouse and the apple to go through. See the mouse? See the apple going through that the mole is creating, the tunnel? Always glad to help, said Mole, sniffing at the big red juicy apple with her little nose. It's very kind of you, said Mouse, and he went on his way as fast as he could. He did not want to share the apple with Mole. He rolled the apple over and over until, well, doesn't want to share it with the mole. I wonder what's going to happen next. He came to a steep hill. His house was at the very top. Push, push, heave, heave went Mouse, grunting and groaning. Heave, heave, up, up, up he went until he reached the very top. At last, sighed Mouse happily. Oh, for that lovely apple meal. But as Mouse let go, what is going to happen next? The apple wobbled and then it started to roll down the other side of the hill. It rolled faster and faster and faster and faster and further until, oh my goodness, it's rolling all the way down the hill. It came to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Mouse could see it lying there like a big red jewel. Oh no, he cried, I'll have to start all over again. What would you do, girls? What would you do? Mouse scrabbled down the hill on his tired feet. Faster and faster he ran. And when he reached the bottom, he found Frog, Mole, and Tortoise had gotten there first. How kind of you to send that apple all the way back to us, called out Mole, chomping away on a piece of it. Mouse gave a big, big sigh. Don't mention it, he said. Isn't that what friends are for? And look, he's sharing the apple with all his friends. The end. And look, I think he went back to get another apple. What do you think? Would you share your apple? I don't know, but Little Mouse. And it was written by A.H. Benjamin and Gwyneth Williamson. Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple. I love you. Have a good day.